Hey, Charlotte, you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. You've not heard anything about what's going on with me, have you? Oh, hi there, Sarah. What do you mean if I've heard anything? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Well, I suppose I better tell you what's happened. I'm actually pregnant. I'm going to be having a baby. I really can't believe it's happening. I'm so excited. Oh, you're going to have a baby? Congratulations on that. Why, thank you, dear sister-in-law. I've been feeling really off lately, so I thought I'd better go to the doctor to see if there was something wrong. So the doctor ran some tests and things like that, and then came back to me to say I was pregnant. I was absolutely shocked, to be honest with you. But you're all right now, though, right? You're not feeling too bad? Have you been getting a fair bit of morning sickness or something? Yeah, quite a bit actually. I've been feeling super nauseous basically every day for a while now. So doing housework's getting more difficult and painful for me to do since I'm not feeling so good. I wanted to ask you if you could come over and do some of my housework for a while, at least until I feel better about doing it again. You want me to do your housework? I'm not quite sure, but I think I can try and help between midday and the evening. Oh, really? I thought you worked from home, so you can do other things while you're in the house. Can you try and come to my house in the mornings? You can rearrange things, can't you? Just rearrange the times, okay? Like I said, I'm not really sure if I can do that. In the mornings, I've got a lot of remote meetings that I need to attend. Really? That's the excuse you're using not to help me? Whatever, I guess your work's more important. Can you just come by tomorrow and start cleaning the house for me? Yeah, all right, I'll help you out. I'll start doing some of your cleaning tomorrow. I'll help you until you feel better and can do some things on your own. It would be reassuring if my amazing sister-in-law who got pregnant first could come over and do some work for me. Yeah, I guess. However, you're exaggerating a bit by saying I got pregnant first. Oh, really? Well, I'm sorry about that. I guess you didn't want me to mention the baby you lost when you got 2 months into your pregnancy. Maybe I shouldn't call you amazing then? Okay. Don't worry about it. I'm still really sad about it, but I feel a bit better about it in my head. Well, I guess that's good to hear. It's already been over a year since it happened anyways. Well, of course, I'm already 3 months along, so I'm relieved that nothing's happened to me. I'll be able to give birth to a healthy baby with no issues. It'll be so amazing to have a baby in the house. Yes, I suppose you will. I'm looking forward to meeting your baby when it comes. Anyways, I really felt so sorry for you when I heard that you lost your baby. It was going to be your parents' first grandchild, and it seemed like they were really looking forward to that. I still remember how excited they were, and then you lost it. It's such a shame. Maybe you'll never be able to carry a baby. That's true. They were wanting me to have that child really bad. Yeah, of course they were. Since I'm pregnant, I don't want to let the parents down if something were to happen to me or the baby. If the same thing happens again, you wouldn't want them to feel sad, would you? Well, I'd just pray that nothing happens to you, Sarah. So you're not going to tell your parents until you know that you're for sure able to give birth? Yeah, that's what I intend to do. There's a period of time that something could happen to the baby, so I want to make sure that I'm healthy and that the baby is well. I see. I suppose that's okay. But you're going to have to start telling people eventually. I suppose I'll just go ahead and tell my husband the good news then. Oh, no you won't. You're not going to tell my brother anything about this, okay? Well, I suppose I can wait to tell him. Anyway, I'll come and help you with the housework. Can you make sure that you don't get caught doing that so he doesn't ask questions? I'm 3 months pregnant and I think everything will be okay, but I'm still worried something will happen. Of all people, you're the only one who most understands my situation, right, Charlotte? I do understand, but it's still quite a different situation you're in. I'll tell my brother, too, when I'm in the stage that the baby's healthy and growing more. I don't want to tell anyone if I can help it yet. I see what you're saying, but if my husband suspects or asks me what's up with you, then I'll tell them. I don't want to keep secrets from my husband about his family. That's not something I feel comfortable in doing. Well, when you put it that way, I suppose that's fine. I'm really sorry about this. I know I'm asking some impossible tasks of you. No, it's okay. I kind of understand why you don't want people to know just yet. Just don't keep it a secret for too long, okay? Don't you think it's time for you both to try having a baby again? Wouldn't it be fun if the babies were in the same grade at school? That's true. It would be quite fun for them to share their memories and adventures together. But children are a gift, and we want to take our time. We'll wait until we're ready to have children. Oh my God, really? You're actually going to do that? I guess you can do that if you think it's a good idea. Right now, you and your baby are more of a concern to me than me trying to have a baby. I'll support you as much as possible, but you're going to have to let our family know what's going on eventually. You saying that has really helped me feel better about things. I still don't know much about being pregnant, so please tell me all the things I need to know about. Charlotte, I need you right now. Can you come and pick me up? Huh? What for? Did you go out after I just got home? Yes, I did. My friend wanted to give me an early congratulatory gift for having my baby. We could only meet at night since she was free. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice of her to do that. Look, I'm just in the middle of making dinner, so maybe you could get a taxi home? No, I can't get a taxi home. Can't you just stop what you're doing and come and get me? Huh? What's wrong with getting a taxi? I'm busy over here. I can't get a taxi because I've got no money on me. Just please come and get me. It'll make things a lot easier for me. Why didn't you take your wallet? Don't you have a credit card either? They take cards too. I get that, okay, but that's why I'm telling you that I can't right now. Just please hurry up and come and pick me up. Are you really going to make a pregnant woman wait on the streets? Okay, I understand. I won't make you wait too long. I'll leave my house now and pick you up. That's what I asked you, and you made it so difficult. There's nothing wrong with asking for a ride home from you, okay? Also, could you lend me $300? Wait, what? What do you need that sort of money for, Sarah? I don't get why you're questioning me so much, Charlotte. There's just one place I need to stop at before you take me back home, okay? Are you sure? Weren't you mostly in bed today because your morning sickness was really bad? I feel like I've bounced back from that, so I'm fine with doing things. Is that so? If you're not feeling well, it's best not to push yourself too much. I feel fine. That's why I'm wanting to do the things I need to do right now. So can you come and pick me up again around 10 o'clock? Sarah, I really shouldn't be out that late at night in the car, and my husband's back at home too. I could get caught. Can't you just please help me out with this? There's so many excuses you could make, such as going to the convenience store, am I right? He won't suspect a thing if you just lie a little bit. I don't think it's a good idea to be out late at night in the first place, especially since you should be at home resting. Even if you're feeling fine now, you might not feel so good tomorrow, so you need to rest and save your energy for the baby. I understand what you're saying, but this is today we're talking about, and I've got things to do. Pregnant women should be able to spread their wings every once in a while with no questions asked. But I don't get what you'd be able to do at that time of night. Probably not much. I know what I need to do, all right, because unlike you, I don't mess things up. You shouldn't say things like that to me. I wasn't even pushing myself when I lost the baby. I just happened to be unlucky, and I guess it just wasn't my time to have a child. I get it. You don't even know why you lost the baby when you were doing all the right things, but of course I'm fine. I'm not going to lose my baby. If you say so, Sarah, I'm not going to stop you doing what you need to do. Okay, good. So stop dragging on this pointless conversation that I've got no time for this. I need to get things done. Hurry up and come and get me. You need to prioritize me since I'm the pregnant one and need all the help I can get. Hi, Sarah. I'm sorry to bother you at this hour. I was taking a bath and I didn't take my phone with me. What is it that you want at this time? I'm sorry, Charlotte, for texting so late, but just pretend that I've decided to stay at your house tonight. Huh? What do you mean stay over? What's going on? If my husband asks you where I am, just say that I wanted to stay over at yours for the night. Huh? Why would you want me to lie for you? Could you stop with the interrogation and just do as I say? You should be treating me with a bit more leniency since I'm pregnant, right? Just because you're pregnant, Sarah, it doesn't mean you can do whatever you feel like doing. People need to know where you are. If I'm going to lie to people about where you're staying, are you going to tell me where you'll be at for the night? I was having such a great conversation with my friend that we wanted to continue talking, so I'm going to their house for the night. Well, if that's the case, wouldn't it be better to tell your husband that you're going, just so he knows where you are? What's the big deal about telling him that? No way am I going to tell him anything, and neither are you. He'll get mad if he knows that I'm hanging out with a friend this late at night. Lately, he's been urging me to stay at home since I'm pregnant and should be looking after myself. If he knows I'm at your house, he won't be so concerned about me and won't question what I'm doing so much. Just please do this little favor for me, would you, Charlotte? And keep your mouth shut about where I'm going. Sarah, you're pregnant and you're going to continue getting bigger. Just please go home and rest. You need to look after your baby. Your husband's right about you needing to be at home so he can look after you and help you with errands. Oh, shut up, Charlotte. He barely helps me. Maybe you're just jealous that I can still go out whilst I'm pregnant and be able to carry a child around in the first place. You know I'm right about that. You're completely useless when it comes to bearing children. But I, on the other hand, will be able to carry my child to full term. That's why you're so against what I do, aren't you? Why are you saying all of these terrible things to me? What did I ever do to you, Sarah? Hey, I'm just saying what's on my mind. You keep questioning me and it's so frustrating. I just wanted to be honest with you. I'm sorry if that's not the way you see the situation. Well, it's just making me more worried than I should be. What you're doing is very odd. I don't think so. Who knows, really? I suppose this is making you frustrated as well, right? No, that's not what I think at all. I just want your child to be born happy and healthy, so I'm worried about your condition, especially when you go out so late at night. Why are you being so attached to me and this child? It's kind of gross, to be honest. Is it all because you want what you can't have? What's that supposed to mean, Sarah? I'm just wanting you to bring a healthy child into the world. This side of you is gross, and it makes me cringe when you say things like that. Even my parents bought all that crap right away when they met you. I think it's so fake. Do you think you're good at flattering people or something? Well, I don't intend on being like that. I just want to be a nice person to everyone. Aren't you going with my mom to a show or something like that? Yes, we won tickets to go and see something. But you didn't invite me to it. Don't you realize I feel like an outcast in this? Well, I didn't invite you because when I mentioned it, you weren't interested at all. But you didn't need to make me feel like an outcast, all right? You're actually so fake, and in reality, you've got a mean personality. It seems like I'm the only one who knows your true nature, but you still try and support me in this pregnancy. It's so odd. Are you doing this so that my parents will praise you for all the hard work you did? Would you quit it with all these weird assumptions? All I did was listen to you when you asked for my help with the housework. I did as you wished. Oh, shut up, Charlotte. This is a sensitive time for me. Don't do things that make me feel wound up. If something happens to my baby, it's all your fault, okay? I think we're on completely different pages here, and I'm feeling super uncomfortable in this conversation. Okay, whatever. Look, if my husband calls, just talk to him and tell him I'm with you. Just do as I say, all right? Okay, Charlotte, when you come over to my house, please buy some tuna for me. I'm afraid I can't do that for you, Sarah. What do you mean? Are you trying to tell me to stop eating tuna just because it's fish? There's no need to worry so much about that. It's all right. I'm fine, so just go out and buy it and bring it to me. That's not the problem here, Sarah. Then don't worry and just buy it then. The baby inside me is doing well, so just get me my tuna. Look, Sarah, do you really still need my help with everything? You seem to be able to hang out with your friends a lot. So does that mean you're able to do some of the housework yourself? No, I can't just do the housework. I'm still really tired during the day and I have been a bit anemic through this pregnancy. I'll start doing it when I'm ready to do it and I'm better. Just take care of me for a while longer so I can give birth to a healthy child. Well, what I'm trying to say is I don't like this, as I don't think there's any need for me to help you out when I think you can do a lot of the work. How am I supposed to look after a child who's not even born yet? That's your job since you're carrying it. What's that supposed to mean? Why won't you look after my unborn child? You're supposed to help me be at ease during this pregnancy. I mean what I said. I'm sure you understand what I meant. Are you trying to tell me that I'm going to lose my child? You can't just say that sort of thing to a pregnant woman. Why would you say such cruel things? I'm going to tell the mothers around me about the horrible things you say to me, that you hurt my feelings. What are you talking about? Why are you twisting my words? I never said anything about you losing the baby. You're the one who's pregnant in the first place. With you carrying it, you need to look after it. Well, I can't say that I'm often... What's wrong with asking for your help? You're the one in the wrong since you're lying about being pregnant to everyone because of your affair. Have you not thought about that? My affair? What on earth are you talking about? Why are you making such crap up? Oh dear, I know everything you've done, Sarah. Don't even try to deny it. I was wondering why you were keeping your pregnancy a secret, so I started to investigate why you were doing that. You seriously started spying on me? Are you kidding me? How did you do that? How do you think? I hired a private investigator, of course, and I also did my own search as well. Oh, for goodness sake, are you crazy? Why would you get someone to stalk me? I don't think I'm the one who's crazy when I did nothing wrong. You were hanging out with the man you're having an affair with, weren't you? Do you really think that? Where's your proof that I was? I could have been with anyone. I can say that it was him because I've seen the proof. I found out that your friend that I used to drop you off at was actually his house all along. I feel so bad that I indirectly had a part to play in your indiscretions. I feel really guilty when I shouldn't. You're the one in the wrong, not me. I can't believe this. You've completely misunderstood everything, right? The man you think I'm having an affair with, he's just a friend. If he's just a friend, then how come I've got a photo of you both kissing outside of his house? Do you really think friends like that kiss for a long period of time? Also, the OBGYN you go to just prescribes pills, right? He doesn't do anything more than that, right? Oh wait, just kiss you and have an affair with you. Nothing to worry about, right? Fine, I admit it. But what's a secret between two women anyway? What's the big deal? Excuse me? Are you expecting me to keep this a secret? Don't you realize how terrible that is? If you keep this a secret, then I'll be able to help you out with whatever you like in the future if something goes wrong. Well, during your life, there's probably things that you don't want to tell your family or your husband, right? When the time comes, you can tell me. That's not a bad thing, okay? I'll never need to do that, Sarah. I don't cheat or hide secrets from my husband. We've got a relationship where we communicate everything. But won't you get tired of dealing with the same person day after day? I have, and I bet you will too. No, because there's a thing called love and trust, Sarah. There's one thing that bothers me about all this. If you answer honestly, then maybe I'll consider your idea. I might be nice and keep what's happened to myself. It'll only be for your baby's sake. Answer honestly? What are you talking about? Haven't you found out enough about what's going on anyways? Why are you keeping your pregnancy such a secret? Is there something that you don't want others to find out? You've not told your mother-in-law and you've not told your husband the truth, have you? It's because I don't want to say anything in case I lose the baby. Besides, once they know, everyone will be treating me well, right? Do you really think I'm going to believe that lie? You really are the worst person I've dealt with in my life, Sarah. I gave you my answer, so promise me you'll protect my secret. I don't need anyone else finding out when it's really none of their business. You really think that I'm going to keep a secret like that? No way, Sarah. I'm not going to do that. I just said I'd consider your idea. Are you kidding me? You're just playing me? You can't treat a pregnant woman like this. And you can't go behind your husband's back and get pregnant with another man's baby, Sarah. There's no way I'm protecting you from what happens to you. Just wait a minute, okay? Please, don't tell my husband. My baby needs a good father. I'll pay you hush money if need be. I don't need any hush money. Also, I better tell you that your husband can see all the messages you've sent. He's sitting here beside me. Charlotte, please tell me you're joking. You can't do this to me. I haven't done anything to you. It seems like you're in big trouble now, Sarah. You've made your bed, now lie in it. Don't contact me again. I am not helping you out of the web you've spun for yourself. Please, don't do this to me. What am I supposed to do with the baby? I really need help. Don't abandon me with this. Please, Charlotte, answer me. Of course, with the discovery of her affair, Sarah and her husband got divorced. Both parents were shocked, and she wasn't let back into the family home. I've got no idea where she is. The last time I saw her, she came by asking for money. She started working at various cafes, but she eventually ran out of money and asked her ex-husband for help. He kicked her out without giving her as much as a penny. By that time, she was in a dilapidated condition. She might be in an even worse position now. No one has sympathy for her as she's so self-centered. I returned to a more relaxed and comfortable life without her in it. I actually told my husband what was happening since the beginning. I never wanted to lie to him as we share so much together. After a few months passed, I found out I was pregnant again. The baby is well and we're both healthy. I want to give as much love as possible to my newborn baby as I wish I could have done with the first baby I got pregnant with.
Rachel, do you have any plans this year for the 4th of July? If you don't have anything figured out for that time, would you like to go on vacation with me? Go on vacation with you to somewhere? Why do you want us to go with you again? Well, when I was at a baseball game last week, I won tickets from a raffle that was held there. But remember that my husband is already gone, so it's just me right now. And so instead of just going by myself, I thought it would be more fun to have you come along with me. The tickets are for a 7-day stay in a cabin out in the mountains, and there will be ATVs that we can ride and some great hiking we can all go on. There's even a nice river that runs nearby that you can both go swimming in if it starts to get hot. Why should we have to come with you, though? You have another son and his wife as well, right? And I'm sure you could find some of your own friends to go with you, right? Well, last year I already went with those two to an all-inclusive resort, and most of my friends aren't that active anymore, so a trip like this wouldn't be something they can enjoy. You did say something about that trip back in the fall of last year. I already had a chance to go out with those two on a vacation, so this time I think it's you and your husband's turn. Sometimes I really do want to just be around my older son and you. Remember that it's almost been a year now since we've last met. You didn't come out for Thanksgiving, and you didn't make it up during Christmas or New Year's as well. So I'd love to have a week of just the three of us together so that we can all catch up a bit and grow closer. I can see that, but I'm okay without going on a trip. Well, if it's the cost of anything else on the trip that you're worried about, I'll be paying. This is not a problem with money. If we join you to go, it'll end up being just the three of us going. You, my husband, and I'm not okay with that. You don't want it to just be the three of us going? I'm sorry, but it's uncool to go on vacations with your single mother-in-law. If you'd really like us to come, have your second oldest son and his wife join us as well. But if you can't do that, then I'm not going. I've thought this for a while, but do you just hate me in general, Rachel? Did I do something that upset you in the past? Nope. And I don't hate you or anything like you've said. I already know that you have some kind of prejudice against me, though, as your mother-in-law. Well, you and I are family now since you've married my son, and so I'd like it if we could all try to get along better. And I thought us taking this vacation would give you and I a chance to become even closer and close the distance that we have had between us. Linda, there are people that fit together, and there are people that do not fit together in this world. And as for you and I, you're just not the kind of person that fits me. I don't fit for you, huh? That's right. So stop trying to force the two of us to be closer when it's impossible. I'm sorry, but it's never going to work and is a waste of time. What about me do you hate so much? If I have something that's bothering you, then I'll try my best to fix it for you. I understand that you are the kind of person that just thinks they can get along with anyone, no matter who they are. But I see you in a different way from all the rest. I know that all you are is someone who sees themselves as the most important. Is that so? And another thing is how much you judge others. I can hear you talking all the time about who is pretty and who is ugly and all of that. But I think you should stop from talking about others until you've looked at yourself. You're talking about me. Do you want people to pamper you because you're so old now? To tell it to you straight, I'm not going to give in to your ways of thinking. I think that the way you are is pretty embarrassing, so I'd like that you and I stay a bit further from one another. So this is how you've been thinking of things all along. Well, are you finally able to see how I feel about you after so long? I'm not going on that vacation with you. and I don't really want the two of us becoming any closer to one another. All right then. I guess I'll be taking my younger son and his wife on this trip. Go ahead and do that, please. From now on, don't even bother inviting my husband and I on anything else. Rachel, I'm not really okay with that. What is going on with you today? And what do you want to talk to me about now? I'm talking about the attitude you had at the funeral just a bit ago. What were you thinking back then? A lot of the other family and friends were shocked by your behavior. So you're talking about the funeral for your recent husband? Stop trying to act dumb right now. I know that you understand everything I'm mentioning to you. I was just making sure to be at the funeral without causing any issues for all of you. I was expecting that you'd come and thank me for being there still, yet now you're going to complain about me. That's because of the attitude you had there today. You had this look on your face as though the whole funeral was a waste of your time and a bother. And then the moment it was over, you bolted out of the building and went home. You didn't even manage to include yourself to any of the other family and friends there. Instead, looking at your smartphone the whole time. Well, to be honest, it was a waste of time being there. And the only reason I came was because my husband asked me to. Why should I actually have to go to a funeral for someone that I only ever met with one time before? I am thankful that you went out of your way to come to the funeral, but if you were going to come in acting like a bratty child, you could have just stayed home at that point. Well, I never wanted to come in the first place. If you have any complaints about me being there, then you go direct them at my husband. Rachel, I get that you do not like me, but when you come to an event that revolves around everyone mourning over the loss of their family and friend, you cannot act like a brat. Uh-huh. What does that mean? Don't you dare start telling me what I can and can't do now. Is it wrong for me to even warn you now? I am your mother-in-law, and I feel okay doing that with you. No, you and I are just strangers. Strangers? We are strangers, right? You and I are not related by blood. So can you stop trying to act like my mother now? It really is a pain in my butt having to listen to you talk like you're the one that raised me. I don't even remember you being the one to give birth to me a long time ago. Right. So to you, all I am is a stranger, right? Yup. I've thought that ever since I got married. Well, just like at the funeral, it seems you're going to start acting like a brat once again. Well, I hope you don't ever act this way when you come to my funeral. No, actually, I'm sure that you wouldn't even come to my funeral in the first place. Well, if you don't need me to go there, then I won't. It's all just an absolute waste of my precious time. I understand everything very clearly now. I'll join you and start to think of you as a stranger, well, from now on. Just as you've always wanted, okay? That'll be fine with you, right? Of course. I feel as though a massive weight has just been lifted off my back now. For a long time now, I just assumed that I'd have to deal with you until the day you croaked, and that I'd have no other choice. Mom, what the hell is going on? What do you want now? It's rare for you to ever message me anymore. Did something happen to my son? It's not about him. My husband is perfectly fine right now. Is that so? Well, then everything must be okay there. So then, why are you still talking to me? Is it true that you're paying for your younger son and his wife to get a new house? What? So you went and contacted me after a year of complete silence to talk about that. Well, I am paying for their new house, but what does that have to do with you? Having to pay for a brand new house to be built is a lot of money, right? That's right. It sure is a lot. I think their total has come out to $300,000. Is that for all the land as well, or just the house being built? I had been given that land a long time ago, so I'm only having to pay for them to have the new house built.
You had land that you were never using before?
Well, way back in the day, that land was owned by one of my family's friends, and they lived on it. But then they stopped living there for some reason and just vanished, so the house was torn down and the land was just left there. And after it was passed around for a few years, it had finally ended up in my hands.
And why are you giving it to your younger son and his wife? My husband is your older son. What about us?
What do you mean?
I'm talking with you about how you never give us any money or anything. And you know very well about how the two of us just had our own new house built for us.
Rachel, what are you going on about right now? Why would anyone give a random stranger money to help build their house? I'm not that stupid, okay?
Uh-huh.
You and I are strangers, right? You told me that a while back, didn't you? The reason I was willing to pay for their new house to be built was because my younger son and his wife are very close family to me.
So it's all because I told you that we were strangers, that you never bothered to give us any money for the new house?
That's exactly right, Rachel. We are strangers, and so I'm not going to hand you any money when we're not even supposed to really talk to one another. I was giving you the life you asked for, right? Also, last year you told me no to going on vacation with me, right? I felt as though you hated receiving presents from me after that event.
But...
that's the thing. It wasn't just the present that you hated receiving, but also the fact you didn't want to go with me. Well, if you really hate me as much as you said you did then why would you want to take any of my money when it's coming from me?
Oh, hold on for a minute, Linda. I'd actually love to know why and how you were able to just hand them $300,000 for their new house. Not even my husband knew that you were carrying that large amount of money on you.
Well, of course I had been given a large amount of money from my husband when he had passed away. But of course it wasn't just the money that he left for me that allowed me to give that kind of money away for their house. The reason I have had so much financial freedom now is due to my father.
Your father? Wait, you're talking about the man you had that funeral for?
That's right. Actually, my father had a pretty decent amount of money sitting around after he had passed away. And since my mother passed away around the same time my husband did, my father's money would go to me and my older brother.
Uh-huh. So you're saying that your whole family had that kind of money on them? Even though the funeral for him looked so basic and all.
You really are such a rude woman. Start speaking like a proper adult. The reason we had such a basic funeral is because my father's friends put it together for him. My father was a huge saver back in the day, and he hated being seen as a rich man when all he really cared about was his family and friends.
So even though your father was that rich, not even his grandson, my husband, was able to find out about that? Did you all really manage to keep all that a secret from him?
I made sure to tell all my kids about him and his money. I let them know that he was a rich man, although he wouldn't let himself look the part. I'm sure they never believed me when I told them that, though, because of how simple a man my father was.
So my husband never chose to believe you then?
To be honest, even I didn't know about how much money my father was carrying until the days after he had passed and I had met with his lawyer. But of course, I'd never had known before. But apparently, my older brother knew about the money he had a long time ago. And by the way, that house being built for my younger boy and his wife is a part of what my father had asked for.
So that's what's been going on. I knew something strange was going on. I never even heard about you having land that was just sitting around.
Well, I didn't have anything that I could use the land for. And my brother was the one that got my father's house after he passed. I was just given that piece of land and money in the end. And since my younger son wanted to build a new house, I thought it was the perfect chance to have that land put to use. And so I considered all of that as his grandfather giving him that land to use.
So,
What? If you're asking about yourselves, there is nothing for you both. I only had that one piece of land and it was going to my younger boy and his wife. But because of me only receiving that little piece of land, the rest of what I got from my father was all money. They are planning on having a baby soon as well, after the house is ready. So when that baby comes into this world, I'll make sure to give them a little bit more money, as a present for bringing my first grandbaby.
that's screwed up. All you're doing is caring for those two.
What do you want me to say? This is all what you wanted from the start, right?
But back then, I didn't think things would turn out like this.
Well, if you're starting to regret us becoming strangers, then you can try and act a bit nicer towards me, and maybe I'll consider you family again. How much longer do you plan to act like a jerk towards me?
Good morning, Linda. Do you think that me and my husband can come over to see you?
Come on now, tell me what's going on this time. This is the first time I've ever heard you ask to come over to my house.
Well, I wanted to come over and apologize for everything that's happened between the two of us.
I don't need your apologies. I'd rather just the two of us stay complete strangers, okay? I think by staying distant, it'll benefit us both.
I'm so sorry for everything that I've done, though. Linda, can we take back calling one another strangers from now on? Please forgive me. Please let my husband and I back into your family.
But you had told me before that it was impossible for you and I to get along, right? So the two of us becoming family again is going to be a bit too difficult, I think. And I don't want us to have to force one another to become happy together.
That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Really, I was looking up to you so much, Linda.
I highly doubt that crap, Rachel.
I'm being serious. I was jealous of you, actually. You are way older than me, yet you get to look so beautiful, like you're my age or even younger. You always got to have everyone find an interest in you. And I was really wanting to be like you in every way because you are just so perfect.
So, because of how jealous you were of me, you had to act like a brat?
Well, whenever I was around you or had to talk to you, I felt awful inside. So that's why I had said some terrible things and wanted you and I to become strangers. I'm so sorry about all of that.
Oh, so me being around causes you to be in pain then? I'm so sorry as well for never realizing something as serious as that. Well, just like you said, it's better that you and I don't treat one another like family after all.
No, I'm over all of that now.
Actually, I have some problems with you being around me as well. So that's why I think you and I can never truly become family. I think that just having my younger son and his wife around will do. My son's wife and him are both very nice to me, and she loves to hang out when she gets the time to.
Please just forgive me. I promise that I'll never act like a brat or say anything rude to you ever again.
Jeez. The moment that you learned about the money I have, you changed your attitude towards me on a dime. Do you really want the money that I have that badly?
That's not what any of this is about. I just thought that maybe it was time you and I started to work towards having a closer family relationship with one another.
Could you stop trying to say all that bullcrap to me? I've already heard enough about you, Rachel. You ended up having a house built that is way out of your financial zone. And so now that most of the house is complete and all the bills are being processed, the cost is a lot more than you first thought.
Well, we were just given so many options to choose from when planning the house, and at some point we went a little overboard with it. We really never meant to put all our money into the house. But now with all the loans we've had to take out on the house, there's no way we're going to be able to have the kids we've wanted to have soon. I really wanted to start having kids this year, but now I'll have to give up on that dream.
Well, with the way you think and act towards others, I think it's better that you don't have any kids. If you started to raise your own kids, they'd all turn out as bad as you, or would be put through hell being around you all the time.
But I want them. But right now, we are not able to pay off all our loans. Do you think you could help us pay for them?
I can't do anything about your problems. If you're having that much trouble paying for all that house, then maybe it's time you sold the place.
I don't want to sell this house. I was finally able to make the house of my dreams.
I don't want this. I hate that. If you're just going to complain about everything in life, you're going to lose it all and be left with nothing.
What do you mean by that?
I got a call from my son. I'm talking about your husband, okay? He says that he really messed up marrying you.
He said that? Well, I never heard anything from him about any complaints.
He said that when you weren't able to control him like you had hoped to, you began to tear into him. And he couldn't take any more of the arguments you'd get into. And so he called me, telling me that he's begun to think about getting a divorce from you so he can end all his own suffering.
A divorce? So now he plans to just throw me away? Why would he do that?
Well, the problem that started it all for him was the way you acted back at the funeral for my father. Back then, he never imagined someone like you acting that way towards his own grandpa. And after that funeral, you and him got into a pretty heated argument over what had happened, right?
Well, a small argument. But you can't call what happened then a heated argument. He just told me that he didn't want me acting like a child anymore around us.
But then you freaked out on him for saying that, and he had to shut himself up, right? He didn't even say anything that was wrong to you. Rather, he just wanted to keep you from being a jerk to everyone else, and you took that as a chance to tear into him. And when it came to having your house built, he said that you guys wouldn't have the money for the place, but you went ahead anyway and signed all the papers allowing the start of construction. I think him getting rid of you is the correct choice now.
I hate this. I'm not going to let him divorce me.
Well, then you go and tell that to my son instead of me. Telling a complete stranger all of that stuff is a waste of your precious time, right?
I'm asking you to please help me, Linda. I'm not asking you to give me all your father's money. But at the very least, give me enough to pay for the house, and that will be good.
Remember that this money is all from my father, though. Yet when we were all mourning his death at the funeral, you acted like a complete idiot, only thinking about yourself and how little his death affected you. So don't you feel like a jerk asking me to give you some of his money when you said his funeral was a waste of your time?
Fine, then I'll go to his gravestone and ask him.
I don't need you going anywhere near my father's gravestone. He is sleeping quietly, and he doesn't need some brat causing him all kinds of trouble. I have nothing else to talk to you about now, Rachel. So when we are done here, don't try and talk with me again.
Am I really going to be divorced by my husband? Do you not have a care in the world about what's going to happen to your oldest son and his wife? Our marriage is in danger right now.
And who cares? My younger son and his wife are amazing. So only having them around is just fine by me. The divorce of a stranger and my son has nothing at all to do with me and my family. After that, Rachel continued to cry and whine that she didn't want a divorce, and even came all the way to my house to apologize. But I didn't listen. And after that, the relationship she had with my older son turned into a huge mess that was never going to be fixed. Rachel, with the little money she had left, didn't want a divorce to happen as she'd be left with nothing. But my son had had enough of her, and so the divorce could not be stopped by Rachel, no matter how hard she tried to make him feel bad for her. He ended up having the lawyer split their properties, but there wasn't much there to work with, considering that they only just had the house built and had very little money. In the end, he was given the house since his name was on it, and he put most of his money into it. And Rachel was given just a little bit of whatever money he did have. After that last meeting, she went back home to her parents, which let her back into their house on the condition that she had a place of her own within the next 2 months. And after the divorce, my son took the newly built house that he was allowed to keep and sold it with all the furniture and everything, getting back a lot of money that immediately went into paying off the rest of the remaining loans. And once that was all taken care of, my son came to me over and over again apologizing for whatever Rachel had done to me, and for him not trying harder to stop her. And after hearing all of that from him, I forgave him. But I told him that any other woman he brought into the family would have to go through me first and be judged whether or not they could marry him, unless he wanted to be disowned for choosing another brat. However, he only replied to me by saying he had no plans to get married ever again, and that was that. I'm sure that after having a child like her around him all the time, complaining and making things all about herself, he was completely tired and found that being single is way more relaxing and good for the health.
Kate, I'm sorry this happened. It's all my fault. I'm really sorry this time. I never expected to run you over with my car. It was an accident. Don't worry about it too much. Both Daniel and I understand. Everything's gonna be fine. But I caused the accident while I was driving my car. And you also broke your right arm. I can't just get over it. It wasn't life-threatening, so I'm okay. You were lucky it was me. If you had a car accident with someone else, it could have been a bigger problem. Yeah, I was really lucky. But it was definitely unlucky for you, Kate. You let me off the hook so easily. Well, we're relatives. I just want you to learn from your mistakes. I don't plan to ask you to pay me money or anything. Really? Are you sure? I don't want our relationship to get awkward because of it. I'm your daughter-in-law. You're gonna be my mother-in-law for the rest of my life. Plus, the insurance company paid me money to cover for my fees. Thanks, Kate. I'm really sorry. It's all my fault, yet you're so kind to me. I hope I can do something in return. If so, could you get a traffic mirror? I've been asking you this several times already. It's pretty dangerous near your parking lot. Yes, for sure. My husband got it as soon as I had an accident. It's difficult to look out for other cars and pedestrians when you park your car. I think the bad visibility caused this accident. I should have listened to your advice earlier. If only I had it before this accident, I might have been able to prevent it from happening. I'm really sorry. We can't change what already happened. As long as we learn from our mistakes, it's okay. It's something from the past. But, oh, Kate, I have an idea. How about you move in with us for a while? Uh-huh. Move into your house. I heard you were about to leave the hospital. I bet you still can't use your arm. Daniel's also on his business trip, isn't he? Yeah, that's right, but I don't want to be a burden to your family. There's nothing to worry about. I bet it's hard to do everything by yourself with just your left arm. Let me help you, Kate. We'll look after you until you recover. Really? Of course. You're more than welcome. I'll be glad if you can accept my offer. All right, if you say so. Thanks so much. I'll pick you up on the day you leave the hospital. Before we head to my house, we'll stop by at your house so that you can get some necessities. Okay, thanks a lot. Kate, I'm sorry to ask you to buy so many things. Is your arm okay? Yes, I'm perfectly fine. I want to express my gratitude for having me in your house. Going shopping for groceries actually helps me exercise too. I'm glad to hear that. You've been so nice to me. I can't just do nothing at home. It feels nice to do housework once in a while. Really, I hope you don't mind. You're really good with your hands, Kate. You managed to do housework with just your left arm. Doesn't it feel weird? I'm actually surprised myself that I'm managing it. There are still many things I can't do, though. You're doing really well. You'll be able to live your normal life again in no time. I hope so. There's still some time until Daniel comes home from his business trip. I really hope I get better until then. If so, do you want to try doing some more housework? Huh? What do you mean? You know, the housework I'm asking you to do now is easy. Like going to shop for groceries and doing some laundry. Well, I guess it's still really hard for me to cook. Right, but I think it's best if you start getting used to other things as well. Maybe start doing some housework on your own. I think I get what you're saying. Don't you agree? I'm glad you understand. We really have similar mindsets. But, you know, I think it might still be hard for me. As I told you earlier, I can't do complicated stuff. Be confident. You can do it. It's gonna be a big help if you can help me around the house. And I think it's also best for you. So, how about we give it a try? If you insist. But I hope you understand that things can still be hard for me. Please go easy on me. Of course, I completely understand. Thanks. I'll try my best then. Great. Then I have a favor to ask you. Could you get some more groceries? More? I thought this was it for today. I always list only a few things when you go shopping. I thought it might be hard for you to bring everything home. But now that I don't have to worry about it anymore, I'll give you the full list of things I want you to get. Okay. Send me the full list. Thanks. You're a big help. I'll send it to you later. We'll do some housework together when you come home, okay? As soon as I get home? The earlier we start, the better. It's better to get used to it fast. Okay. Thanks for helping with the housework, Kate. We'll work hard together. Kate, how was your visit to the hospital? Are you on your way home? Yeah, I'm heading home. The doctor told me I was getting better. Oh, it's nice to hear that. You've been out since early morning, so there's still a lot of housework left to do. Make sure you finish them when you get home. Can we talk for a moment? I don't want to tell you this, but I think you're asking too much from me. Too much? I'm doing most of the housework. To be honest, I haven't seen you do anything. Let me make it clear. I'm injured. What do you mean? You can still use your left arm. And you're really good with your hands. You can live in my house. Can't you at least do some housework? I want to ask you something. Didn't I come to stay with you so that I can recover? I don't think this is helping me recover. If you're capable, you should do it. I thought you said it made you feel good. Why are you complaining all of a sudden? I was talking about the minimum. You can't just make me do everything around the house. You haven't done any housework recently. Shut up. Just come home and do the housework. Don't complain just because you're injured. Seriously. Why do you think I'm injured? I thought you said it was an accident. Why do you have to bring that up? Shut up and do your work. Oh, I see. You're over. Goodbye. Uh-huh. What do you mean? What's over? I was just talking to myself. I'm glad I got to know your honest feelings. I thought I might be honest with you, too. You don't make any sense. Forget it. Just come home and do the housework. Or I'll never forgive you. No, I'm never going to your house again. Daniel is coming home today from his business trip. I'll go and get my stuff with him after he gets home. Daniel is coming home already? I thought that wasn't the plan. Well, plans are bound to change. You'll understand soon. Thanks for having me. Things are gonna get hard for you, but good luck. What do you mean? I won't forgive you if you don't come home. How about the housework? Do it yourself. I'm gonna get busy, so I can't waste my time on you. Goodbye. Kate, a lawyer sent me a letter about our accident and compensation money. What's going on? Everything should be clear. As it says on the letter, I'm asking you to pay for compensation. Apparently, I can still ask you for it. So I decided to do so. What are you thinking? I thought you said you won't be asking me for money. Back then, that was what I planned. We didn't even discuss about it properly. I still have the right to ask you for compensation. How can you bring this up again? Why are you doing this to me? I thought I told you this before. I told you I won't be asking for money as long as you learn from your mistakes. So what? I learned from my mistakes. Don't be ridiculous. Try reflecting on your actions. You definitely didn't learn from your mistakes. What did I do? I got a traffic mirror near my parking lot. And I even offered you to stay with our family until you recover. I'm clearly trying to make it up for you. See? I never asked you to take care of me. And you made me do all the housework. I thought you were capable of doing housework. Come on, this isn't much of a problem. Considering my injury, you should know that it's hard for me to do housework. But you still did it. You never complained, too. I told you it was too much for me, but you never listened. You kept on saying that I should do something in return. But you were technically forcing me to do so. How can you act like this when I'm injured because of you? That's your interpretation. I never intended to do so. I'm not the villain here. If you really think you did the right thing, be confident with yourself. There shouldn't be any problem even if I sued you. Why are you suddenly silent? I thought you did nothing wrong. I am sorry about the accident, but I don't understand why you want to sue me. Well, that's up to me, isn't it? I don't care how you feel about it. And by the way, I'll also sue you regarding how you've been treating me. What do you mean? As I said earlier, while I lived with you, you treated me pretty harshly. Not only that, you made me get injured. You also treated me like a housemaid. So I decided to sue you regarding both of these things. Don't be ridiculous. How can you sue me for just those things? Don't you realize that's why you're being sued? I have proof from when I lived with you. And I also have these conversations recorded. I think I have a pretty high chance of winning this case. Hey, wait a moment. Is Daniel home from his business trip? What did he say about this issue? I'm guessing he's asking you to stop all this nonsense. Why would he? He's the one who decided to sue you. He's even planning to break relations with you. You have to be kidding. I'm his mother. His real mother. If you can't believe it, go and ask him directly. Let's meet in the courtroom. There's no use arguing right now. Please, listen to me. I am so sorry. Let me apologize for everything. If you want money, I'll pay you as much as you want. Don't sue me. Please, it's ridiculous. I thought you already received a letter from my lawyer. It's too late. If you regret everything, blame yourself. I'm looking forward to seeing how this ends. As I planned, I sued my mother-in-law and successfully won the case. Not only that, I got some compensation from the accident. I was also able to receive some more money regarding how she planned everything beforehand. I'm not sure why she offered me to stay at her house in the first place, but from the evidence, it was judged to be premeditated. My mother-in-law and her family are currently having a hard time gathering enough money to pay for compensation. Shortly after I got home from her house, my arm fully recovered, and now I'm back to living my normal life. Housework felt so easy after completing them with just one arm when I was living with her. I guess I was the one who benefited most through this incident.
Brian, what the hell is this?
Huh? What's the matter, Sylvia? Did I do something wrong?
I'm talking about the meat in the fridge. It says $30. That is so expensive. When did you buy it?
Oh, well, you found it.
Damn right I did. I was looking for something to eat when I found something unfamiliar inside the fridge. When and where did you buy this? Why on earth would you buy such expensive meat?
Well, I brought it a couple of days ago on my payday. I wanted to splurge just a bit to enjoy with some good beer. We'll have it together, of course. Are you in, or what?
I'm surprised you have the nerves to buy something like this with your cheap-ass pay. You make nothing.
I wanted to do something special for just one day. We eat modestly every day. We need to cut ourselves some slack sometimes.
How could you spend it on something so insignificant? What a waste. Do you not realize I work to cover what your pay can't? Ugh, this is so annoying. Starting tomorrow, you get to live on sprouts. That is all I'm serving you.
Oh, come on, Sylvia. Give me a break, won't you? We both work hard to support the family. A little treat once in a while won't hurt us.
You know what really wouldn't hurt? For you to get promoted and get better pay. Then we wouldn't have to eat modestly every day or fight over some stupid meat. But I know that's never going to happen. Because you don't work hard for it. You're not even interested in getting a promotion, are you?
That's not true. I'm interested as much as anyone would be. I might not be the competitive type, but I know my managers count on me. I'm sure someday I'll have a chance.
Someday? When the hell is that going to be? You're so pathetic. Don't you feel left out seeing all your friends land on management positions? You're the only one at the bottom of the ladder. We wouldn't even be able to put food on the table if it wasn't for me.
It was such a great idea to start your own side business. I'm in awe of your success, really. So proud of you, Sylvia.
I have a good sense of business. I always knew I had. I've been teaching my friends on how to make money recently, you know. Everyone is interested in starting a side business these days because their main job is hopeless in regards to a raise.
Wow, you are amazing. And you have so many followers on SNS now, right? Not that I know anything about SNS, but you're like a celebrity.
I'm very popular indeed. Everyone wants to be my friend. Because not only am I beautiful, but I also know how to make money. I'm a role model to everyone.
I'm so proud of you, honey. I'm really thankful for you.
Yes, you really should be. Men would kill to have a perfect wife like me. Do you realize how hard I work to raise our living standards?
I do. We wouldn't survive without you.
Soon enough, the money I make would be enough to support our family. If that happens, there would be no point in having you in the family. You don't do much as it is.
Now, Sylvia, be nice, please. We have a child. Can't take away my role as a father that easily.
Danny is too small to understand your role. He will forget about you in an instant. You're practically non-existent in this house anyway. You're so quiet even when you're around. Anyway, I have to go. Do not buy anything expensive again today. Do you understand?
Okay. I promise I won't.
Can you buy milk on your way home? We need 2 bottles.
Can I get it at the market near the station? It's a bit expensive there, but it'll be much faster.
No way! You have to go to the big market in town. It's so much cheaper there. The one near the station is for rich people.
I'm going to be quite late tonight. I really prefer not to go all the way into town for a few dimes.
Oh, well, why are you going to be so late? Do you have some kind of task that needs to be completed tonight?
No, it's not work. I got a call from the police today. They want me to come in for an interview.
What? Police?
Yeah, I have to go in after work. I don't think I'll be too late, but I might not make it to dinner, so please don't wait for me. I don't want Danny to get cranky because he's hungry.
Wait, why does the police want to talk to you? What is this about?
I don't really know what it is, but they said they have a few questions regarding their recent investigation which may be related to me. I guess I'll find out the details when I get there.
An investigation that you might be related to? What the hell, Brian? What did you do?
Nothing. I haven't done anything wrong.
Why would they call you in for an interview then? Are you involved in some kind of crime?
Calm down, Sylvia. I swear I'm not involved in anything. I'm sure this is not about me, at least. Perhaps it's about someone I know. Honestly, I have no idea why they need my help. The police is gathering information about something. So if they need my help, I must go and do my duty. Especially because I have nothing to hide.
Still, why you? Wait, does this have something to do with the man who's been loitering around the neighborhood recently?
No idea. I hope they don't think the loiterer is me.
What if they do?
You don't think that's me, do you? Because it most definitely is not.
I heard that he went up to talk to a little boy playing in the driveway. It totally freaked all the other moms out. The neighborhood has been on high alert since.
I would never do anything like that. Besides, people know who I am around our neighborhood.
Do they, though? You're such an introvert. No one's ever seen you outside. Brian, it better not be you. I would be totally grossed out if it were. I mean, you have a kid of your own. This is sick.
Sylvia, what the hell? I'm telling you I have nothing to do with any of it, I swear. I don't understand why you would think it's me. You know. I'm not the kind of guy to scare a child like that.
Well, then why on earth would the police want to speak to you? It doesn't make any sense. You must have done something.
I said I don't know anything. I'll find out what it is tonight. Please, stop scaring me like that.
I'm the one scaring you? You're scaring me. I mean, there's no smoke without fire. They must be suspicious of you or something. What have you done, Brian? Can't you think of anything?
Stop it, Sylvia, I mean it. Like I said, they told me they had a few things they want to ask me. I'm sure they're after someone else, not me. It can't be me because I haven't done anything wrong. You'll find out in no time, but I'm sure it's nothing. Whatever they want to talk about, the police will understand that I have nothing to do with it once I tell them what I can.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I bet you did do something.
Hey, why are you being like that? Why can't you trust me? I wouldn't have told you I got called in if I had something to be shameful of in the first place, would I? Have some faith in me, please.
I don't know what to believe. They could have asked you things on the phone, but they want you inside their station. That sounds pretty suspicious to me. Besides, it's not only about you actually doing something or not. What if my friends find out that you got called in? That would ruin my reputation. How could you do something like that to your hard-working wife?
You are being silly. None of this is going to ruin your reputation because I'm 100% innocent. You have to believe me. I have nothing to be ashamed of, and I stand by it.
All you do is cause trouble, Brian. I hate it that you always drag me down. I don't want any drama. Do you understand?
I do. And I won't because I'm innocent. Hey, I just got out of the police station. I'm on my way home now. I'll stop by to get milk on the way.
No, don't. In fact, you don't ever need to come home again.
Huh?
I will get rid of all your stuff. You're not welcomed anymore.
Come again? What the hell are you talking about? Why are you kicking me out?
Because we are getting a divorce.
Why?
Why? You know why. I can't be with someone who gets questioned by the police. You're going to ruin everything I work for. So stay away from me, you criminal.
Criminal? Seriously, Sylvia.
Of course I'm serious. I'm kicking you out. I will take care of Danny on my own. It's what I've been doing all these years anyway.
What? Why me, though? Where am I supposed to go, huh?
Why the hell should I care about where you go? Wherever it is, it'll be short stay anyway, won't it? Because you're going to end up in jail soon.
You're still convincing yourself that I did something wrong, just because the police wanted to talk to me.
Like I said, there's no smoke without fire. You're an embarrassment to your family. If we stay any longer with you, you will be a horrible influence to our son. I'm never letting you see him again. I will tell Danny that he never had a father.
Alright, hold it there. You haven't even asked me why the police wanted to talk to me. I've been telling you repeatedly that I've done nothing wrong. You were jumping to conclusions, and it's a bad one.
You liar! I don't want to know what you did. Do not involve me in your stupid drama. All I know is that an innocent person would not have been questioned by the police. I mean, they wanted you inside. I'm so shocked that they would let you go so quickly. Regardless of what it is that you did, I refuse to be associated with a man who has to bring his own sorry ass to the police station.
Enough, Sylvia. I know exactly why you're trying to make me the criminal. It's because you're trying to shift attention away from yourself. But you're not shifting anything. The only criminal in our house is you.
What?
Why do you think the police wanted to talk to me? It sure wasn't about the loiterer you tried to make me. I asked them about that and they told me the man already got busted a while ago.
Well, what was it then?
They wanted to ask me about a serial theft that's been going on for months now around the entire city.
Theft?
Yeah. Some thief steals vehicles like bicycles and kickboards. But they're not taken off the streets, they're stolen from people's property. And the thief makes money selling the items online. I got called in because the IP address was pointing back to my PC.
So then I was right. They called you in because they found out you did it.
Quit playing dumb. I know you've been using the PC I gave you last year. I only use my PC from work. I don't even own one at home. They also asked me about our family account and why we've been receiving money from online selling services these couple of months. I had no clue because I let you manage that account. I can't believe you used the account we created as a family.
Brian, you don't actually think I've done any of those things, do you? Because it wasn't me.
Well then, who else?
How the hell would I know?
Sylvia, at least be honest, please. It's the only thing you can do now. The police will take your PC and will find out when and where you have used it. You can't try to accuse me for it because I have an alibi of working at my office. They're going to find out all the details in no time.
So what? You just gave me in?
There's no point in doing that, because I think they already know.
What did you tell them?
I only answered their questions, but I didn't lie about giving you my PC or letting you handle the family account.
Did they specifically ask about me? Did they seem sure that I was guilty?
They didn't mention you until I did. I could sense that they were waiting for me to talk about you. I think they already have an idea that you've done it.
What? Oh my god!
I'm such a fool for not realizing sooner. So you've made money off of stolen goods. Do you even realise what you've done? You cross so many lines. It's one of the worst things you can do as a human being.
I didn't realize those things belonged to anyone. I mean, they were just lying around in someone's yard. I was being environmentally friendly for picking up trash. It's recycling, you see?
No, I don't see it at all. Normal people don't walk into someone's property and take their things without asking. Regardless of whether it looks like trash or not, that is. I mean, seriously, what kind of excuse is that? You were recycling. Don't make me laugh.
I took it from rich people. They would have just bought a brand new one. I'm sure it's nothing for them.
You deliberately took it from rich people because you hoped they wouldn't mind losing something. Sylvia, you are unbelievable. And I let you call me a criminal. You disgust me.
Do you think the police will come after me? Are they going to indict me?
Of course they're coming after you. And you will be prosecuted for sure. Why on earth wouldn't you be? You're a thief.
No, this can't be happening to me. What am I going to do? How am I supposed to live?
Not my problem. What you have done is a crime and you will not be getting away with it. All you can do is pay for what you have done in jail.
Jail? No. I can't go to jail. It will ruin me. If I go to jail, I will lose everything. Even if it's a short time, I won't have anything or anyone left.
That's right. You will lose everything, including your job. So once you do time, we have to look for a new one. Do you think the company will find out about what I did? Duh, of course they will. You won't even have a reputation anymore. I'm sure you'll have a hard time searching for a new job too, because no one wants to hire a criminal like you. It's too bad.
Brian, help me, please. What should I do? There has to be a way to avoid an arrest. I don't want to go to jail.
Honestly, don't do anything. The least you can do is turn yourself in. Be truthful for once, for Danny. There is nothing more. Surely you can do it for your son, can't you?
But, Brian, that would mean the end of my life.
You put yourself in this situation. You have to face what you have done now. Hey, I just got home. Where are you? Why is Danny home by himself? Did you leave to go to the police station? Have you gone to turn yourself in?
No.
How did I know? Where the hell are you? Thankfully Danny was asleep so he's safe, but you shouldn't have left him on his own. How long's it been since you left?
I don't know.
Don't tell me you're on the run.
I don't know. I don't know where I am right now.
What do you mean? Why are you running?
No, I'm not running. I just panicked, okay? I'm scared. The thought of the police knocking on my door any minute made me sick to my stomach. I couldn't stand it. I was in my car driving before I knew it. Now I don't know where I am.
Yeah, that's called running. Cut it out, now. Find the closest police station and just turn yourself in. Seriously, are you not sorry for what you've done at all? You need to pay for your sins. Things will get a lot worse if you don't do it now.
I will pay for my sins, I swear. I just need some time. I will turn myself in once I calm myself down. Just give me a break, won't you?
A break? The victims of your stealing didn't get any break, did they? Go to the police, Sylvia. Now.
I said I will go later.
Tell me where you are.
Why? Will you help me? Are you going to pick me up?
No, I'm going to call the police myself and tell them where you are.
How could you be so cold? You want me locked up that bad?
You committed a crime. You're getting locked up for what you did, not because I called the police. I refuse to help you get away.
I told you I will go to the police when I'm ready. I'm not running.
What you're doing right now is running, Sylvia. I've never been so disappointed in anyone this much. Don't let me down any further, please.
I'm sorry. I'm just scared. I didn't think I would get caught. I wasn't ready for any of this. Please, just give me some time to pull myself together.
Funny, you tried to kick me out of the house when I got called in by the police. You didn't give me time. You wanted me out in a heartbeat. So why should anyone wait for you? You are being ridiculously selfish. By the way, we are getting a divorce, of course. I can't be associated with a person like you anymore.
What? No, please don't say that.
You committed a crime, and on top of that, you're running from it. There's no way I can stay married to you. For Danny, either. We are getting a divorce. End of discussion.
Please don't abandon me. You and Danny are all I have left.
Oh, but you're such a bad influence to Danny. I mean, you said that I was for just getting called in by the police. So you can imagine the kind of influence a real criminal would have on him, right? It's alright though. Danny is too young to remember you. He might miss you for a couple of days, but then he'd completely forget who you are. I, of course, would too. In fact, I have lost all feelings for you the moment I realized what you have done.
You don't love me anymore? Is that what you're saying? Please say that's not true. You're my husband. I know deep down you want to save me.
No, I really don't. I do not love you at all. All I feel is shame, and I feel horrible for the people you took from. But that's it. Nothing else.
Brian, I'm about to lose everything. I'm your son's mother. You have to help me. I will lose all my friends. I know they like me because I was the ideal wife and mom. No one will ever talk to me again if I get arrested.
That's what happens when you commit a crime. I don't know why you didn't know that. You never should have stolen people's belongings in the first place. But now that you did, no one will ever trust you with anything, including me. You will never be able to gain my trust.
I can't believe this is happening to me. I'm popular. People love me. Please make it stop.
You know I can't. You'll no longer be popular. In fact, people will never look at you the same. You're an embarrassment to the whole family. Because of you, Danny and I also have to live our lives being embarrassed of you. You're such a disgrace.
I was trying to make money for Danny. I wasn't being selfish.
For Danny? All you did was ruin his reputation along with yours. He has to live as the son of a criminal for the rest of his life. You only made his life more difficult.
I'm young, aren't I? I'll be able to get back on my feet eventually. Just because I might go to jail, it won't kill me, will it?
I don't know. But you can pray that it won't. But you will have a hard time finding a decent job. And you will be so embarrassed every time someone finds out what you did in the past. You will never be able to walk tall again. But like I said, you brought this upon yourself. You can deal with your embarrassing life on your own. Do not involve me or Danny in it.
No, I never thought things turned out like this. I never meant for any of this to happen.
It doesn't matter what you meant. It happened, and you can't undo it anymore. Now go to the police and deal with your problem. I can't help you with anything. You have to carry your own burden.
Why are you so mean? This is not my fault. You played your part too. I was pressured to make money because you have only stupid, low-paying job. I made the kind of money that you couldn't. You were able to have a decent life because of me.
You've become so greedy on your own. You probably didn't even realize that I kept a modest lifestyle, even after you started to make more money than me. I didn't spend it on clothes or luxury items like you did. In fact, I saved as much as I could.
What? No, that's not true. You took advantage of my earrings too.
I didn't. Don't you remember? You didn't let me even if I wanted to. You got pissed off because I brought meat that was a couple of dollars more expensive than usual. You told me I wasn't allowed to splurge on anything. I never went out to have lunch with my colleagues. I worked off of one hot dog every day, you know?
Well, I was just trying to save more money so that we have security as a family.
Yeah, right. You enjoyed your lunch with friends at extravagant restaurants every day. Don't think I don't know. You are a greedy person. And you're going to jail because you let your greed take over.
Brian, please, don't abandon me. I can't live without you. You're the only person that matters to me. Save me, please.
Well, you just don't give up, do you? I will not budge to your bad acting anymore. And you can't try to make me feel sorry for you, because I will never feel that way towards a criminal.
Stop calling me that. I hate how it sounds. It's so mean.
Well, you better get used to it quickly, because that's what you are. Why can't you understand that? You keep feeling sorry for yourself when you were the one who hurt people. Please, don't make me feel ashamed of you, more than I already do.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why did you steal? A child would understand that stealing is bad. Why, Sylvia?
I was selling items I bought at thrift stores at first, but I wasn't making much. So I thought if I was able to sell better items, I could make more money, and that it would be even better if I could get those items for free. That's when I saw a brand new kickboard lying around on someone's driveway. They had left it there like it wasn't important. So I took it and made lots of money off of it. I felt so powerful once I started making money that I lost control.
So I was right. You let your greed take over you. You should go to the police now and tell them that. I'm sure they'd appreciate your honesty, for once.
Okay, I will go, but will you come with me? I can't do this on my own. I'm so scared.
What? You need me to come with you? You're kidding me, right? You are an adult. Have some decency and pull yourself together. As much as I hate it, you are Danny's mother, so suck it up and stop embarrassing him. Sylvia never turned herself in. She was wandering around the streets at night in another town when the police found her and made an arrest. Through the investigation, the police found out that Sylvia had been stealing items off of people's properties for over a year. Since she was involved in so many cases and had repeated her crimes over and over again, she was sentenced to a year in prison. As her ex-husband, I feel responsible for not realizing her crimes and feel horrible for the people she stole from. Our divorce was finalized while she was serving time in jail. As soon as she was arrested, Danny and I moved out of the house we used to live in, as a family. It was impossible to stay in a neighborhood where everybody knew what Sylvia did, so I moved near my parents for Danny's sake. He gets plenty of attention from his grandparents while I work, and seems very happy about his new life, although he will not be seeing his mother anytime soon. If he ever decides he does want to meet his mum, I'll leave it up to him. But for now, I intend to keep him away from her, especially because there's no guarantee that she won't steal again. I don't know how she's dealing with her crime nowadays, but I hope she feels remorse and that she'll never make the same mistake again.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.